All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? It's just going to be me and Scott. It's just the two of us. It's just two of us. I've been, um, people have run away. Hello, Andy is here. Clucking bell. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for coming. Oh my God. Thank you. Andy, Daz is here. Daz is here. I've got my water here. It keeps me up. It keeps me up. Oh, I've got to send the message. I've got to send the message about tomorrow. I think I'm going to see a play in the afternoon. Let me just turn this thing off. That's better. That's better. Can you hear me? I'm a superstar. I don't know. Were you there? Were you there this afternoon? I don't think I was a superstar this afternoon. We'll see if Judels comes back. We'll see if any of the women come back after what I said. After what I said. Very sensitive. People sensitive. They're sensitive to what I say. To what I say. Anyway, so let me just check on this thing here. Janice. Yes, he's a New Yorker. I am a New Yorker. Well, I was a New Yorker. I'm not a New Yorker anymore. I'm there. I don't know. Like Tony Curtis. Yeah, he came from sort of the area that my father lived in Brooklyn, New York. He did. Darklands is here. Hello, Darklands. John Van Dam is here. What am I, chopped liver? No, you're not. You are special. You are special, John Van Dam. They'll come back, Lewis. They're like a social. They are social, simple butterflies are women. Yeah, I mean, yeah. They're women. They're women, but they say they're just like us, but they act very differently than us. For a group that's just like us. For a group that's Corsi is here. Pin sharp audio tonight. Okay, that's good. I've got the audio thing right here. You probably can't see the audio. There's the audio. There's the audio. Love John Van Dam. We love John Van Dam. Is that your real name? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're doing this today. I mean, what can I tell you? I knew I was in a very bad mood earlier. I was in a bad mood earlier. I could feel it. Could you feel it? Andrew Rubin? I'm here, but I'm too tired to type, so just listening. Okay. You don't have to type anything. It makes it easier for me if you don't. Not if you don't type, but if there's less people typing. That's what I'm doing. I don't want to have millions of people listening to Lewis Schaffer. I don't say anything to stop people from listening, but the things that I say stops people from listening. John Van Dam is here. I've been around since you've started streaming on YouTube. Now I talk like you. My parents, when I visit, say, want a brew, and me, I say, yeah, I'll have a beautiful, beautiful coffee. Coffee. Yeah. I mean, I started to drink coffee. You know what I found in the street? I found a DeLonghi coffee brewer, like 150 pounds new, maybe more possibly, but it's solid. Doesn't work exactly well, but I'm going to try to see if I can figure it out, if I can get it to run. Runs and hugs rubes. That's good, Andy. There you go, Andy and Andrew. Andy and Andrew. Not such a great name to name your kid Andrew today. It's one of those names, a good name. Chinese Paul is right. We are nut jobs. He says that. That's not nice of him to say that. It's not nice of him to say that, Lewis. You were good earlier. You've got little to be sorry for chill out, man. You are as funny as F. Yeah, well, I mean, what what makes something funny? I mean, I don't know. Was it fun? Was I being funny? I don't know. I don't feel sorry. I mean, I was expressing what I think. I mean, is it something that I would enact in law? Is it something that I would take a gun to fight for? No, probably not. Probably not. But the thing about I mean, I don't want to, you know me. It, the men think a lot about women today because they're in our faces. They're in our world. Got the Himmel, I got the Himmel, I got the Himmel. Because they're all around. They're all around. And then they're like, well, why are you always thinking about us? Because you're right here. You're right here. Shalom, shalom. Lewis has some chatter, next level skills. I'm not sure that I do. I say what's on my mind, and that's maybe a mistake to do. What have you done this time, Lewis? Well, you missed it. You missed it. You missed it. I'm not gonna say what I did. What I did. I said something. Sandeep is here, currently watching George Carlin before hitting this. Okay, watch George Carlin. He's a professional. He's a professional. I mean, you have to remember you don't insult half of your audience. It's not even half the audience. It's not even half the audience. The truth is, I was watching a very interesting video by Homath. Do you guys know Homath? Keith Bexley is here. Thank you very much. Let's wave hello. Kuffa. I guess he's waving hello. Okay, Lewis, you are amazing. I do appreciate that. Mr. Cuff waves to Keith. And I was watching Homath, and maybe that's not the right name for a show, Homath, but it was talking about people who are, there was men and women, and I don't know. He was talking with Pearl. Do you guys know Pearl? I just woke up from 4 liters of vodka. That's not good. Well, in a lifetime, or just in a weekend, or in a day. A day. That's a lot. That's a lot, Andy. Don't brag about it. Alcohol is not good for you. Today I went out, and I had 2 ice creams. I had an Oreo ice cream. And I had a blackberry, maybe Solero. And then I bought some oranges. I came home and I had 2 oranges. I mean, it's really hard to say no. I've got a friend of mine. He eats fish, and the doctor told him that you've got high mercury levels in the fish. That Pearly Things chick, yes, she's all right. She's not unbelievably brilliant, but she's all right. And he eats fish, and he knows he cannot eat fish. He knows he can. It's like people who drink. You know you shouldn't drink, but you drink anyway. It's like me and the carbs. So I've had basically 100 grams of carbs today. It's too much carbs, but I've only had about 100, 2,100 calories of food. So I'm going to be good tomorrow if I don't eat any more tonight. I'm going to be good. I gained, as some of you may know because you were at the earlier show, I weighed 77.8. I'd like to weigh 75.5. So I'm 2.5 kilograms, which is about 5 pounds overweight. I agree, not brilliant, but okay. She is a bit of a grifter and boring. Who are we talking about? Well, what does grifter mean? In America, it means someone who's hardworking. In this country, is that what grifter means? I'm not sure. Grifter here means hardworking. She is a grifter. There are supposed to be more microplastics in fish also. That's also totally, totally true. It's not the best thing. It's not the best thing to have fish. I'd stop really eating fish. Good call. I have fish as it helps me, period. It helps me. I'm a power lifter, says Andy. Well, so is he. He lifts like 3 days a week or something. He lifts 3 days a week. But you can eat fish, But you can't eat the fish from the whatchamacallit, from the farms. No, a grafter means hardworking. A grifter, what does a, okay, all right, there you go. I didn't know that. There's something about Jews and frozen desserts. My mate worked in a petrol station in Prestwich, and the Jewish kids were always coming in buying all the ice pops. I think everybody likes ice cream. Pretty much everybody. There's something amazing. It's sweet, it's fatty, it's got a little bit of protein in it, and it's cold. It's amazing, and it melts in your mouth. It's amazing for everybody. My potbelly button is about 2 pounds over. My potbelly button is about 2 pounds overweight. It says Corsi. Hello, Corsi. 4 days of drinking. Is that what you're saying, Andy? I do love some smoked mackerel in a pan with eggs. Yes, yes, yes. I never have that anymore because it stinks up my kitchen. It's horrible. Because the Jews know God. God is ice cream. I'm not so sure. His name is Jehovah. I'm not so sure. Evening Chums is streaky in. There you go. Hello, Joodles. Girl from Mars. Lollies. I love lollies. Everybody loves ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Everybody. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. His name is in the whatever. Okay. Ice pops are like popsicles, frozen flavored water. They were obsessed. It could just be coincidence with these people here. There you are. You backed the wrong horse, Streaky. What was the final score? I said 3-1. I said 3-1. Hey there, girl. Mr. Cuff is here. Keith Bexley is here. And Andy says, Joodles, lovely Joodles. I'll show you what I found. Can you see this? Look at this. Look at what I found. Look what I found on the street. How beautiful is this? How absolutely, this is now the fourth thing I have found. It's a DeLonghi. So when you ask, what have I found? This is what I found. I found it today over in New Crossgate, up on the hill, in Telegraph Hill. Ice lollies, not ice cream. Um, I consider them the same thing. Though today, because I had an Oreo ice cream, and then I said, you know what, I want another Oreo ice cream. But instead of getting another Oreo ice cream, I just had gram, a 98 calorie Solero. DeLonghi is a good brand, but if it's on the street, then it ain't working. It it isn't working. So what should I do about it? It's not really working, but it might be working. It's sort of working. It's sort of working. I think I need a new something. He's a shoplifter, cops. I mean, shop fitter. I mean, you find something on the street, you take it home. So many of these things, I have found two vacuum cleaners that work. They only needed to be cleaned. I think this thing needed to be cleaned, and I think maybe I'll put a little bit more cleaning in it. I put 2 pounds on 3-1 and cashed out at halftime 3-0, making £1 42, not 24 pounds. What was the score? I said it was going to be 3-1. Is that what the score was? I'm not even going to wait for you guys to tell me what the score was. I'm going to go check right now and find out what the score of the game was. 3-1. I said that. That's what I said. I got it right. I should have put money on it. I got it right. Andy says, Kermit, love to you. I think you need a new coffee machine. I don't need a new coffee machine. All you do with coffee is you put it in a piece of paper and then you pour water on it. I nailed it. Thank you very much, Jules. I appreciate your support. Did I nail it? Telegraph Hill is where my brother finds things. Yes, there's some richer people up there. There are big houses, and then maybe they're not richer people because there are people living in Like maybe a floor of a house. Why would that be, Carrie B? Why do they find things up there? I used the cash on a Brazilian football bet later, says Streaky Bacon. I could have sworn they were going to get hammered badly. But you only made £1.42. How much of a bet is that? Instead of 24. Hold on a sec. Okay, Telegraph Hill is Dire Straits. Is that why do you say Dire? Is that where he was living? Um, I'm going for dinner. I'll check back for scores on the doors. Did the Brasileiros do it for you? Who are you talking to? Thank you, Streaky. Well done. That's what I predicted. If you remember, I predicted 3-1, and I'm very rarely right in these things. So it's just really good news. Um, I used the cash on Brazilian football later. I could have sworn they were going to get hammered badly. I mean, very few teams score a lot of goals at the end of the game. They always score them in the beginning, and then then they hold on. Arsenal fan, but my dirty secret is Newcastle. I like Newcastle as a town. I like Newcastle people. I have no problem. I've been there many, many times. I like it. I like it. I mean, there are very few towns I don't like in Britain. I haven't been anywhere lately. The reason I was in New Cross was because I went and got some sun. I got 12 minutes of sun at that place. I supported Dire Straits, the Dire Straits in Deptford years ago. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic story, Mark Knopfler. Some of my favorite songs ever, ever, ever. Fergie time. Okay, maybe I was wrong. I was wrong. I don't know. I don't know football that much. But no, I mean very rarely, it could be like 3 or 4-0, and it's very rarely 8-0. They don't score the goals late in the game. Celtics score plenty of goals in the last minute of games. The last minute of a game, you could see them scoring a goal or two. But I'm saying score. What a great song, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, what a really great song. I mean, he was great, Mark Knopfler. He is great. He's not dead yet. Um, Remember, I sang that song and I think I cried. Why would you be shooting, Andy? What have you done this time? What did Andy do? New Catal. Um, the Yorkshire Evening Post still say, our Mark Knopfler. Well, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. I mean, if I made it big, Great Neck could say our Lewis Schaffer, or Brooklyn could say our. I don't consider myself really Brooklyn, but Great Neck, our, or New York could go our Lewis, or even England could go. I like that. I made a mix. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's that old joke. You should be embarrassed, Kermit. Yeah, but was streaky. Yes, it was streaky. I had Marmouche to score, and Ari Jinder shot on target, and both teams to get a card. There's gambling in this country, which is good. In America, there was like no gambling in America until recently. I don't even know if you can gamble on games and stuff like that. I'm not sure that there is, or I'm sure that there was. Do I look like I've got a little bit of color? Because I spent 12 minutes in a tanning sunbed. Lewis, those houses in Telegraph Hill were very cheap. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. I can imagine. They were huge houses. Then they were not like nun-head houses. Nun-head houses were like just two up and two down. Unlucky mate, I got let down on all three of mine, Streaky Bacon says. If I were a doctor, I would prescribe massage, Lewis. Is that you? Do you think that's what I need to relax me? To relax me, and maybe you could come over and give me a massage. I mean, I'm not a big massage fan. I'm not a big massage fan. Knopfler used to play at an open mic in Leeds. I went. Says Paul Yoward's here. Unfortunately, never there when he was there. Yeah, well, it's like the place right here, the Ivy House right here. The Ivy House had like famous people play. Famous. Cricket is one of the most corrupt Gambling. Is that true? Well, you can imagine. What do you mean, like international test match cricket, like with Indians and things like that? I can imagine. It has to be a Nuru massage. What is a Nuru massage? No. Carrie B says, Lewis, no color yet. A few more times then, maybe. That's what I do. I went there for just 12 minutes, and I'll go next week for 12 minutes, and then I'll go for another week for 12 minutes. 12 minutes, bloody Nora. They should have, bloody Nora, they shouldn't have allowed that. What do you mean? Is that not enough time? Is that gang up, Streaky? Have a word with yourself. I've lost the plot right now. Oh, you know what it is? I'm going to put it back on live chat. What happened to live chat? Anyway, good to see you, Paul. Daz is here. More gambling in the U.S. now. Yeah, some laws have changed very recently. That's true. Well, they let the Indians basically not follow the laws of the United States. So you could set up an Indian gambling, and the Indians just got rich. However these Indians are, there are so few of them in America at that time. But more and more people are saying that they're Indians, like what's happening to Billie Eilish. She's discovering that there are more Indians now. Lewis, I hope you wear goggles. I do. I put on the goggles. I've got goggles, and I close my eyes. Never forget, this is a hard to host, but Lewis is so famous. Never forget, this is hard to host, but Lewis is so famous. What do you mean by that? No way. At least, I don't know who you're talking to there, Alex. The cricket gambling is like a run on a given ball or an over, etc. Cricketers get less pay than other sportsmen, so they cheat to make the gambling pay. They cheat to make it pay. No, there's lots of things that are bad. Toxic seed oils, joodles. Toxic seed oils are bad. There's lots of things that are bad. Fish, farmed fish. I mean, if it was up to me, I would eat like 2 or 3 foods. I would eat only 2 or 3 foods. But carbs are bad. They're bad for me. They make me gain weight. It's hard work, Lewis, and you do well. Thank you very much, Andy. Lewis, Carrie B says, they let you have 12 minutes to start. You shouldn't do that for many mins for the first one. What do you think? 12 is too many minutes, do you think? I thought it wasn't that much. I mean, next week I'm going to do 12. Again, I wanted to do 10, but they said you can only do 12. We don't let you do 10 minutes. Will be hilarious if Indian casino gambling out of her mansion. Yeah, what's her name? Billie Eilish. I know they shouldn't have allowed it. Why shouldn't they have allowed it? Epstein's tonic water sales have fallen. I don't, I'm so out of it. I don't understand a single thing that people say. I don't understand it. I better get working on that the show on Tuesday. Are you all coming to the show on Tuesday? Too many, way too many. Is 12 minutes on a sunbed too many? Okay, I do it once a week for 10 to 15 minutes. Lewis, you start at 3 minutes. Okay, I did not know that. I said I wanted to do 10 minutes. They said you could only do 12 minutes. They only allowed him 12 minutes because he found the tubes in the park. I found stuff like that in the park. I talked to Leo and the rest, and they all agreed Lewis is the best, well apart from that little shite name I forgot. Is that what Andy says? I'm coming Tuesday. Thank you, Paul Yoward. He's going to come on Tuesday. It's going to be an absolute debacle. Lewis, very dangerous. Not a good tan shop. And they might have lost their license. They used to be a Kiwi Sun, and now they're just tanning shop. They changed the name, so maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I came home. I was a bit dizzy. I was a bit dizzy. I'm taking I'm taking more vitamin D too. Is that how much vitamin D? I basically am taking between like 8,000 a day of vitamin D. It has a broken tube and a bed, but I can sell it. I just think you take it home, you see if it works. It's Bethnal Green, Alex. Bethnal Green. It's Comedy Unleashed. It's the Backyard Comedy Club. Lewis, I didn't say you were wrong, Carrie B. I don't know. I didn't know. I did I wanted to get back into it. It was the first time. It's not that easy for me to get to because it's not one bus. I've got to take a bus and then I've got to walk all the way down the hill from the school up at the top of the hill. What's the school called? Hatcham School. If you like to take zinc, guys, okay. No, no, they're not. I will listen. I listen to things. They were old school tubes. Else will be like a lobster. I don't think so. No, 12 minutes? Do you think? I don't. Maybe I got a little bit of color. I've got a little bit of color. Sorry, I've been watching the BBC Newsnight. The Labour Party are turning on Starmer. Even the BBC. Sweet. What does it matter? Who's the next guy? You think he's going to be better than Starmer? Do you think the next guy is not going to let people in to the country? Do you think the next guy is not going to be like housing people in hotels and raising taxes, all that stuff? Do you think the next guy? No, it's going to be exactly the same. Must we? Yeah. It's probably a reflection on the saloon. Okay, I don't know. Well, why don't we ask? Why don't we ask Google what the right answer is? Let's ask Google. How long should my first tanning session be? First tannings are typically start with 3 to 5 minutes to gauge how your skin reacts. Exact duration depends on your Fitzpatrick type skin. My type skin, I would say, yeah, sounds a bit too long. You're right, Carrie B. Can you see this? Let's let everybody see what I am seeing. Here's Carrie B. Okay, so can you read that? Can you read what it says here? It says first tip: start slow, rest periods. I'm going to do this. Exfoliate your session and use professional indoor tanning salon, not outdoor sunscreen to keep skin hydrated. Possibly. Okay. Dizzy sounds bad. I came back a bit dizzy, but I also had 2 cups of coffee in a very short time. Google is female. We lie. Okay, that's good to know. They are eating themselves, Paul. Maybe the light produced carbs. Shar-Pei type skin, but with wrinkles because I look like a Shar-Pei. I look like a Shar-Pei. Um, but I'm a woman who call me a liar. I don't think women. I think women are not complete liars. You're delusional too. You're exaggerators too. You have a different view of the world too. No, I think 3 minutes. That's believable. I could believe that. I could believe that. UK video clips watching the BBC. How can you watch the BBC? How can your brain be be programmed by the BBC? How can it be programmed? And that's what it is. Hold on, I've got to figure out how to get my picture up there. Okay? The Guardian says Starmer's out of here. The Guardian. The Guardian. I mean, he wasn't bad. What did he do that was bad? Except completely be a team world globalist. Lewis, men are liars and cheaters. We are too. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are. I've lied and I've cheated. Not much, but I'm not a big cheater. BBC is big black. Yes, it is, Andy. Thank you. Lewis, you need to watch The Enemy, the BBC. It's painful for me. It's painful. It's painful. Rusty Brown is here. Hi, Lewis Schaffer. I messed up my sleeping. I woke up at 7 p.m. I want a 6 a.m. to midnight sleep pattern. 6 a.m. You want that? Any advice on how to fix it? Or is it pulling an all-nighter? What are you saying? You want, this is what Ring Donut, this is what Rusty says. He says, you want to wake up at 6. I messed up. I woke up at 7 p.m. I want to wake up at 6 and sleep till midnight. You don't want that. You want to be outside. You want to be outside. I'm not outside enough. I go outside every day to pick up rubbish. I will bet that Mincer, West Streeting, will have something dodgy dredged up also. You know, they all have something dodgy dressed up because they're human beings. And when somebody is nice to you, look what I've done. Look at what I've done. Earlier, I listened to a recording of Ehud Barak talking to Epstein about the money paid to Tony Blair. Millions of dollars for this and that. Epstein says Tony has to pay it on to the others. That's what Epstein says. I mean, that's what he's all about. He's a blackmailer and he's a guy who pans out money. I have a lot of I'm impressed with the guy, and I don't respect this different word. I know that's how we got into an argument earlier. But he's like an average guy. He doesn't strike me as being that smart. And he sounds like we've been through this already. I have lied and cheated. Who said that? Who said that they've lied and cheated? Andy says that. So you were miserable because of your weight. Holy crap. That is dumb. Who are you talking to? Me? Yes. Yeah, because I gained 5 pounds in just a couple of days. 5 pounds in a couple of days. I want to be thin for my blood pressure. He was bad. I said he wasn't bad. I did not say he was not bad. You'll have to record that and play that back. I didn't say that he wasn't bad. I said I was impressed. I was impressed that he knows he's talking to Ehud Barak about Tony Blair. But he could be somebody who pretends to know people. Like, I know this guy and I know that guy and I know this guy. Sometimes I listen to myself and I think I'm that guy, where I go, I know this guy and I know that guy. Pulling something else to try pulling something else to tire you. I mean, Shrieky Bacon's advice. Yeah. I mean, the problem is the world is too bright. It's like such a bright world. Wes's pretty Polly sucks. Okay, thank you. I think Andy's had a bit too much to drink tonight. Have you had much to drink? Well done on your score prediction, Lewis. Unfortunately, I took Dougal's advice of 1-2 and lost my bet. What do women know about footy, eh, Lewis? I did not say that, but Joodles knows something about footy. But generally speaking, women don't know about football because they don't care about football. Lewis, that weight you gained is water retention. No. Yes and no. I don't even know. Well, where is water retention? Where is it kept, Carrie B? No. Oh, yes. Sorry. No, you're right. I was talking about. I thought I was talking about because we had an argument earlier about Jeffrey Epstein. But Keir Starmer is an excellent prime minister. He's an excellent prime minister. He's the kind of prime minister you want to have if you're gonna have a leftist, communist, socialist, team world, globalist government. Who's gonna be better than him? He is strong. He is strong. I mean, what did they expect was going to happen? It's a communist government, and when you have a communist government, things are just going to come. They're going to crumble. They're going to crumble. Alan Snack Bar. Steve's on GBN. Can we not mention that? It just makes me sad. I mean, I'm happy that he's on GBN, but what about Lewis Schaffer? I never drink before driving, Lewis. Are you driving right now? Are you driving right now? What are you doing then if you're not driving right now? The future is so bright, I gotta wear shades or shares. I never drink before driving. Okay. I don't know. Let me get back on this. I can't get on the okay. Rusty says, I have a VPN, which is a requirement to watch corn now. I heard a woman in the Labor Party talking about online ID to access it. It's a license to have a bloody exactly. This is the police state Labor Party. It wasn't from Rubes. Who said that? I think Carrie B said the water retention. Do you know comedian Eyes Wallow Come? Do you know the comedian Falcon Mobile Gaming? Who are you? Somebody new coming in. Falcon Mobile Gaming. Do you know the comedian Eyes Wallow Come? Eyes Wallow Come. I don't know what that is. What is that? Do you know what that is? Good too. Keir Starmer is best if you want to lose all. That is true. And, that's when you vote Labor, that's what you're voting for. You're voting for giving people money who don't deserve it. That's what it means. Or maybe you don't deserve it. He is an authoritarian, Lewis. Water retention is in your body's tissues, cells, joints, and bloodstream. Yeah, it can be that, but you can also, yes. And then it stays there. If you keep on eating the carbs, it turns into fat. I don't know what I don't really understand water retention. You could explain it to me. I mean, I've asked this question numerous times. Where is the water? Where is the water? Why is it retained? It's retained. I mean, it says salt and stuff. I was sober before. Paul Cox sends regards from where? He's down in Portsmouth. He drives up. He's down in Portsmouth. He's down in Portsmouth. Everything's going to be good. Lewis Schaffer is going to get back. I'm going to be back in the high life again. All the doors that were closed to me are opened once again. Where is the water stored, Carrie B? I know you say it's in the body's tissue, cells, joints, and bloodstream. But where and how? Why is it stored in a cell? Where in the cell is it stored? It's stored in the bloodstream. I've actually Googled this. I don't remember what the answer was. Wes, hold on. I sneezed. And the world smells differently after you sneeze. Do you notice that? I shouldn't say this, but you don't need corn if you have access to Instagram. Why is that? Also, Facebook is always sending me pictures of women. And the women, I mean, Facebook Marketplace, every 10th ad is a picture of a woman. But that's interesting. So Mr. Cuff asked Girls from Mars, Salt and Pepper. What about Salt and Pepper? That was the band that what's her name was in. What was the band that Beyonce was in? Was it Salt and Pepper? Lewis, you shed that water in 24 to 72 hours. I don't. Yeah, maybe it's true. Yeah, but what happens if you keep on eating? What, maybe 3 or 400, Alex. Maybe 200. Lewis, you should shed that water. My first of three allowed blesses. Okay, thank you. Blesses. Thank you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you for saying that. A sneeze is the same reflex as an orgasm. Get some snuff instead of corn. I'm not watching any corn right now, Paul Howard. Facebook does not send me saucy pictures. Okay, I'm guilty. Yeah, I press the button. I press the button. I like those kind of saucy. I'm a guy. I like pictures of girls. I like pictures of girls. I'm back on the snuff, says Elite Elixir, who is Scott. Tell me about lymph node stuff. Paul, yeah, we don't know anything about it. I don't believe you should sneeze. It probably is bad for you. Lewis looks like he is in his late 40s. I don't think that that's the case. Do you think that that's the case? Alex says, is corn your favorite site? No, it actually isn't. It actually isn't. I basically, when I was married, I didn't look at any of that stuff. So the answer is, have you ever had an LGBT sandwich? You replace the mayo with guacamole, lettuce, guacamole, lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato. I had to make one myself, as it was too embarrassed to buy one, as I am straight and LGBT. Well, you got to basically explain it to them. That's what's a bit embarrassing. I'm on Wilson's from Jarrow, Super M stuff. I'm on Wilson's from Jarrow, Super M stuff, says Streaky Bacon. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for the nice words. I mean, my hair used to be better. It used to be better. You know. I mean, I was looking at old videos of myself, and I looked quite young. I looked quite young. That's the difference between, when I'm being an internationally famous TV pundit, stand-up comedian, um, film supporting artist, recently seen on GB News. I'm on Wilson's from Jarrow, Super M Snuff. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Streaky Bacon. I did not understand that. Nice snuff from Chef. What is snuff? What is snuff exactly? Is it ground up caffeine? What is snuff? Is it ground up tobacco leaves? Marks and Spencer's sell LGBT sandwiches during trans much. Hold on a second. Come on in. You want to come in and join us? Jago want to join us.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. There you go. There you go. So I locked the door. Lewis. It's vital. It expels irritants and other horrible crap. It behaves like a rest button. Is that we're talking about snuff right now? Let's find out about snuff. Or are you talking about LGBT sandwich? I've had more BLT sandwiches, bacon, lettuce, and tomato, than anyone in the entire world probably. I loved it. I used to toast the bread, and they were so thick. I mean, I used to put like a wad of lettuce on it. I loved it. Snuff powdered tobacco. You snuff your nose like Coke, but it's powdered tobacco. So what is that? They dried the powder and then ground it up. I don't believe in grinding stuff. I don't think that could be helpful. Do you think that Benjamin Button is the perfect example of people getting more conservative as they age? As whenever I see him on GB News, he sounds more right-wing than I do. Possibly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch GB News because I have to pay for it. I'd have to pay for it. Sneezing. I mean, I don't know. Let me just take a look. I'm gonna just take a look and see what it says about is Snuff, bad for you. Okay, yes, is harmful, not safe alternative to smoking. As a form of tobacco, it is addictive, contains nicotine, and carries significant risk, including cancers of the mouth, throat, esophagus, and pancreas. That's when you put it in the mouth. It causes severe oral health issues, including gum disease, tooth loss, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Do you do you guys believe that? Do you believe that? Protect your holes. Yes. Yeah. Protect my holes. Benjamin Button was defending the government canceling elections. He is as woke as he gets. He was defending that. That's not right. If you don't believe in grinding, then stop drinking coffee. You are right, but coffee, I'm not. Yes, coffee is just. I'm drinking the crystals, the melted crystals. That's what coffee is. Lewis does not like my joke that Ben is more worthy of lard than. But I didn't see the joke. I skipped it for a second. I skipped it for a second. Was that your joke? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Can you not watch GB News on YouTube, but not live? I guess I could, but I get all the notifications. It's a bit depressing. It's about what's lost, but it's about what's lost. Basically, it will kill you. Yeah, it'll kill you. It'll kill you. I'm not against caffeine. I'm not against nicotine. I'm against ground powders and I'm against smoke. Well, can you make a case for it? The way you say coffee, yeah, it's very New York. But you know who says it even more New York than me is Epstein says it. Scandinavians take tobacco in little bags you put in the mouth. Yeah. I've found that in the park and I've taken it home, but I have not ever used it. I found it in the park. Coffee in coffee beans, ground in a grinder. Yeah, yeah, but I'm not swallowing the beans, ground beans. But it's yeah. I've read a lot of this stuff about coffee, and I haven't had a distinctive answer to it. Carrie B. Lewis, did Leo get in touch with you, May? Yes, he did. I was supposed to do that show, but instead I'm doing something with him on on Saturday. Epstein sounded so New York. Unbelievable. It's so old school New York. People don't talk like that anymore. No, I told you personally the Ben joke, and you said you didn't like it because Ben is such a nice guy. Did I really say that? I didn't say he's such a nice guy. I barely know who the guy is. I'm in bed. Thank you, Sir Lewis, the legend. Okay, you go to bed. You can stream GB News live on YouTube. You still have to pay. You still have to pay the tax. I just heard that today. You have to pay the tax to watch live broadcasts of GB News on YouTube. That's what I heard. Did you know that? Can you still buy lard? Yes, you can. What was that stuff? Why do we not need it now? We don't need it now because it's pork fat, and we've been told that animal fat is bad for you. And a lot of pork fat is not as good um, as beef fat. So I never buy lard. I buy tallow, which is beef fat. That's you can. You at the co-op. Go to the co-op in East Dulwich and you can get it. You can get it a lot of places. Girl from Mars. That's the answer there. Lord, it's cheap. Cheap, cheap. Yeah, it's probably good. The problem with pigs are what they eat, like humans. Like if you get a healthy human who eats a nice meat diet, they've got good omega 3 to 6 ratio. But if they've been eating horrible pig food, probably not. What did I say that was contradicting? About what did I say that was contradicting? About lard? I mean, I never grew up with lard. I mean, I had bacon the first time I was maybe like 18 years old. I had a brother, he died, who would smoke cocaine. He died 2 days before his 21st birthday. He is the reason I don't smoke. Yeah, that's a lesson. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. I mean, don't smoke. Dripping sandwiches were lard, says Darklands. Yeah, it sounds amazing. It sounds absolutely brilliant. Beef dripping is great on toast, but I try not to eat toast because it makes my water, it retains my water, even though I have no idea what that exactly is. Liver pata is meant to be great, but not really my thing. What is liver pata? Is that like chopped liver? It is true. Watch UK TV on delay and beat the BBC license fee. How much of a delay? Like an hour delay? A 10 minutes delay? The co-op boycotted Israel, didn't they? Well, if they did, I will not go shopping there. Is Lewis advocating cannibalism now? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, humans have the perfect ratio for things that we need, including brains and liver and kidneys. Very hard to find human meat, though. Very hard to find. Dripping is beef. Okay. I never had that when I was a kid either. I was raised on Mazola corn oil. And we thought that was like the best thing ever. The best thing ever. Carrie says, I make a lovely liver pate. Yes, I bet you do. I don't bet you do, but you told me you do, and I can see it. Yes. Liver pate is good. I used to eat liver all the time, chicken liver all the time, beef liver, lamb liver. I don't eat it at all. I basically cut back on the number of foods that I've had. Maybe I should go back to eating that. After watching GB News Talk Radio for years, you know exactly what's certain what we'll say. It's all very predictable. All the talking doesn't change anything. Well, it's not that much talking because the truth is not that many people used to watch GB News. So they're watching it now, but they didn't watch it in the past. And the people have been watching the BBC lies forever and ever. That doesn't have to be how it must be. Apparently, that still counts as live. It can be a recording, but not as recording made by yourself. So Sky Plus isn't a way to beat the system. Yeah, they want the money. They want the money to lie to you. Sky News lies. BBC lies. There you go. Thank you. I want pate on toast. Yippee. Yeah, fantastic. Liver pate. Yeah. It's a fraction of a second digital delay, digital TV. You could drive someone mad with digital radio. A distal radio and TV, they would all be out of sync. So, do you still have to pay? That's the question. Do you have to pay? The BBC needs a permanent delay. That's a good joke. It needs, it's not right for a democratic country to have state-run media. They're not a news program because they have to report on the government. They're not journalists because they are owned by the government. So they're not journals. They're not working for a journal. And there are no journals anyway. Lewis. Would you have attended a Neanderthal BBQ or carried on eating raw? It depends. It depends. How long had I been, maybe I have a little bit of Neanderthal blood. I don't think I do, but maybe I do. But how long had I been in country with the Neanderthals to get used to the food? I had pate. See, Joodles, you see what she does. She puts the accent gravs and accent agouts or whatever they're called on toast about an hour ago. That sounds so good. This white toast, or whole meal. Or not wholemeal, sourdough is just so good. Funny, all this pate talk, says Scott. Hold on a second. I've been hankering for some for over a week. I'm going to write it down. Liver, buy some liver. Buy some liver. Where is a pen? Where's a pen for me? BBC is the mouthpiece for MI5. Well, it's all one great big organization. Let me write down liver pate. My argument is if I'm watching live sport with a slight delay, then it's not live. Well, that's your argument, and you go to court. You'll see what the judge says, because all the judges are appointed by the government. I guess. I think that's the way it works in this country. Ex-BBC nutjob Andrew Marr, he had a stroke because he was a vegan, was trying to blame Russia for the Labour Party licking Mandel's arse. Putin fixed it up. Yeah, he's to blame for everything. He's to blame for everything. I mean, I don't like him. I don't like him. But he's over there, and you have to deal with the people here. Paul Yoward says, I don't think test case done on digital TV, but technically not live. Technically, obviously, but what would the court say, Paul? I have digital radio, says Rusty. I only listen to Planet Rock on it. But I hate all the news bulletins as I listen to rock to escape the news. Can't you listen to a rock station over the whatchamacallit, over your computer? You can listen to that, Lewis. You need to have Neanderthal blood. The only race not to have it is sub-Saharan Africans. Right. So right. Is that right? I don't know about that. And it sounds very interesting. I'm having fish and chips with sauerkraut. Sauerkraut with fish and chips. You know what I had the other day? I had a little bit of a tartar sauce. Because they didn't have, I don't know whether they didn't have ketchup or whatever it was. It was really delicious tartar sauce. So UK video clips. Hey, good to see you. Did I say hello to you? The BBC YouTube thing is rubbish. The BBC can't do it. Of course they can't do it because they're a governmental organization and governments cannot compete freely against individuals and corporations. Bloody Putin controlling Epstein. Laugh out loud. Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying he was controlling Epstein, but there's no mention of that in the whole thing. And you don't know how much of that is true and not true. So easy to make. Sherry, garlic, chicken livers cooked, double cream. Clarify the butter to seal. Sherry. So you need to have like wine hanging around. What is sherry exactly? Is that like what is sherry? It's like grape. It's like apple brandy. It's like brandy, a sherry brandy. What is sherry? Keir Starmer, says Jewel, shaking like a shiting dog at PMQs today. That footage is wild. It's over. He's gone. Christ knows what gobshite we get next. It's going to be the same or worse. It's not going to be somebody saying Keir Starmer was wrong about mass migration. He was wrong about the globalists. He's wrong about America. He's wrong about whatever. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Marr is pathetic. Yeah, he's pathetic. I don't know, he's pathetic. But he's a vegan. He was a vegan, which is why he had a stroke. Knock wood, I hope I don't get a stroke, please, Lord. I'm sorry. I hope I don't get a stroke. Yeah, that's what they are saying. Loads of legalities would get in the way. About what? Get in the way of making a good garlic, a good chopped liver or pate, Carrie says, or getting rid of Starmer. How do they? He hasn't been prime minister for 2 years. I had a prawn and avocado earlier, and the avocado was overripe. Bloody Russians. Yeah, blame him for that. You can blame him for everything. I mean, they're not. You got to keep an eye on them, but they're not to blame for everything. The judges can lock me up if they want. I won't be paying any fine, Mr. Cuff. And I'll be able to watch all the TV I want in prison without a license. Is that true? Can you bring a TV into prison? Can you bring it into prison? Oh my God, I'm falling behind in the stream today. The bloody Russians. So you're being tough, MC Cuff. I plan to follow Greg Wallace's recipe. I mean, they really got him. I don't know what he did wrong. I got to be careful with what I say because Judas is going to call me a horrible person, disgusting, horrible person. This is the truth. The only race whose ancestors never bred. You call it bred. Maybe it was ard and and attacked, whatever. The BBC are unfair towards GB News as they will have panel discussions on whether it should be shut down with nobody presenting GB News on the panel. Then they call themselves balanced and inclusive. They're not. You know that, Rusty Brown. They're the main propaganda organ of the police state. Joodles. When he said, "Yes, I did," all the faces dropped behind him. I mean, it was so weird. It was like, you're supposed to lie. She said, "Were you told?" And he goes, "Yes." Had you been told? He said, "Yes, I was told. I saw that. That was amazing, Mr. Cuff." Fortified wine. What exactly is fortified wine? Do they add sugar to it to make it fortified? Carrie B. What does sherry mean? One of the best things I ate in France was south of Toulouse. Beef Wellington with wild mushrooms and foie gras between the beef and the pastry. Yeah, probably you have to because a piece of meat like that doesn't have enough fat and it's slightly cooked. I mean, a lot of it is red, but it's still cooked. When Brexit was being debated, filthy biased BBC, this is Streaky Bacon says this, had a ratio of 4-to-1 Remainers on Question Time most weeks. Yes, but could have been a mistake, an error, but no. Sherry is fortified wine, is not a brandy, more like port. What is it fortified with? Can you tell me what it's fortified with? Stormer shakes. Hold on, let me just get back up here. Shakes like a shitting Labrador after eating a tennis ball. Video, UK video clips. The funny image. Have you seen the footage of his hands, Cuffy? Insane. And Rayner teaming up with Kemi to dry bum him. Wasn't on my bingo card. Is that what happened? Rayner. Not a beef Napoleon button, I know. And whatever it is. Lewis. He had a stroke because of his 9th booster. Vegan, for fuck's sake. 9th booster of vegan. What are you saying? I think this happened before COVID. Whenever I see PMQ, Starmer always uses every opportunity to acknowledge that reform are a threat to the Tories. And Kemi always says reform is a threat to labor. They both fear them. The truth is that reform is a threat to the Conservatives, mostly. I'm hungry, sounds divine. It all sounds divine. Then ice cream with Armagnac. What is that? That's what drink is that? Armagnac. Am I pronouncing it correctly? I'm not sure I am. McCuff says to Joodles, I didn't see that coming either, but they're all backstabbers, so I'm not surprising. It's not surprising. No, it's the way the political system is set up here. It's a parliamentary system. It's not like in America, which has backstabbing, sure, but everybody is basically, all the political operatives are independent. Kemi made him say they knew. Next up was Rayner in the title challenge. They're all utter cunts at the end of the day, Streaky. Yeah, because they're speaking for their party. They're being paid for their party. Okay? Paul Yoward says, this is a whole load of electrical equipment with transparent shell. Yeah, I saw the video about that. The transparent shells, so they can see what's going on inside. That's exactly true. Joodle says exactly, Cuffy. Um, Everybody's talking to Joodles here. Ha ha, I hate the bastards. All of them, Streaky Bacon says. All of them should be cleared up. Yes, they should be. And look what's happening in America. It was the Democrats who were fighting to have Trump release all of the files. It's not looking good for them. Adding a spirit, so it makes it a higher alcohol level then, right? Is that what you mean? Aramac is the biz, but what is it? What is Aramac? Fortified wine is tramp juice, so they add extra alcohol to make it more alcoholic. UK videos. You're not really answering the questions here. I'm falling behind in this thing. I'm falling behind. Ivor Cummings. I saw that. I saw that. I was gonna tell you people to see that. Streaky Bacon says Ivor Cummings. He's did a great video on the Epstein thing, and the COVID bullshit that was included. Yes, it was fantastic. I love Ivor Cummings. I went down to Southampton to see him. Stormer is on his way out, says Alex. Yeah, it looks that way, Lewis. Typical error from the BBC. You know them twats. It's a typical error. You're right. They're not trying to avoid it. So if you're not trying to avoid an error, you're planning on making one, right? Eating pate on toast. What about us? Is there enough for us, girl from Mars? You're not being very nice. Alcohol is fortification, fermentation in the bottle with more sugar. So they take the grape juice and they add sugar to it. Usually a grape brandy after fermentation. Is it a brandy? A brandy is very high in alcohols, like whiskey, right? Anyone with the ambition of being a politician should be automatically barred from being one. I'm paraphrasing, Streaky, but you get the drift. Yes, but they all lie. They all lie. And the thing about being a labor politician is you have to start when you're a kid doing favors for people, going out and handing out flyers. So you can't just join. You can't be a successful human being. You have to be a real diehard. Generally speaking, I'm not 100% sure about this. Oh dear, I'm going to have to make me some food after this because we're talking about pate. It's amazing. It's amazing. I agree. Every one of them should have a proper job for at least 30 years. Not in the Labor Party. You can't do it in the Labor Party, Streaky Bacon. None of these polls ever make any sense. If someone with a clipboard comes up to you in the street, it's only crackheads or pranksters that answer the questions. People just don't give bullshit. People just give bullshit answers. Yes, I think there's probably truth to that. But, Marr had to be successful as he is not a looker. No, he was not a looker. Is he gay? Is Andrew Marr gay? I hope and wish he is out. Oh, wait. He is out. Just ask the Red Boys. He can be gay if he wants to be gay. He can be gay if he wants to be gay. He can be gay. Armagnac is brandy made with grapes, the best of both worlds. Oh, both worlds of wine and spirit. But isn't brandy? So is it a type of brandy? How is it different from brandy? Isn't brandy that? It is that. So fine. Aramac is similar to brandy, aged in oak. Okay, but is it a brandy or is it different from a brandy? On you, Gov Cuffy, I would recommend it. No streets or clipboards, and people lie on that too. Why Stormer wants to get flamboyant with rent boys is beyond me. He's got a fine looking but miserable. Thank you, Streaky. That's funny, but I'm not going to read it. Trump loved Tramp, oxymoron, unintentional. Trump loved tramp titties. What is a tramp titty, Lewis? Any alcoholic drink loses its punch when cooked right. I'm not saying you put it in there to get people That's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking, what exactly is it? And you explained to me they added sugar to it to raise the alcohol level. In order to have a high alcohol level, you have to have the grapes have to be ripe and have a lot of sugar in it. You've seen the video, nice one about Epstein Gates, and I have seen it. Yes, I did, Streaky Bacon, and I recommend everybody sees it. This is a good guy. This is a good guy. And he has a dig. He has a dig at Peter Attia, who looks like he's been bought. Looks like, I don't know if he has, bought and paid for by the pharmacological industry. So thank you for mentioning that, Streaky Bacon. Rent boys would probably do things that she wouldn't. People, as a man who is 17% gay, leave him alone. If the USA had intelligence of the Mandelson giving Epstein market-sensitive information, don't you think the Yanks? Don't you think the Yanks should have told us, Lewis? All this seems to be a bit surprising, says Celaire and Audax. Welcome, Celaire. You don't know. This could be layers and layers of lies. It's like he's pretending to be something, maybe. Apparently, Lady Vic has never moved to number 10, Streaky. Interesting. Well, why would she want to? There's no fun there. There's no fun. There's no fun. And maybe their marriage is dead. Maybe he is gay. Whatever. This is why I'm against homosexuality. Because women need men to love them. They need men to love them. What favors did you have to do for Mandelson? Who are you asking for tonight? Me? Did you know if you type Google Thanos snap Easter egg? Hold on a second. And click Thanos' love, everything disappears on the screen like in the film. I don't know what film that is, but I'm not going to even try it. Joodles says, it's obvious she is just in a marriage of convenience. Like I say, gays are easily blackmailed. Maybe that's what they have on him. Maybe that's why he's the prime minister. They take the wine, not a brandy, and a secondary ferment in the bottle with more sugar to make it stronger. They take the wine, it's not a brandy, it's wine, and a secondary ferment in the bottle with more sugar to make it stronger. Are you talking about Armagnac, whatever it is? Is she at Lord Alley's pad, Mr. Cuff, is asking Joodles. That's a good question. The Labour Party is full of KY and regret. I mean, the Tories too, everybody is. Brandy is distilled. Sherry isn't. Okay, we're learning about this. Brandy, I can see brandy. Brandy is like a whiskey, and it's distilled. And sherry isn't. Sherry is fortified, as Carrie B says. Coronation Street on steroids. Fish, of course I says, fish, that was Girl from Mars. Fish never vote for fishing quotas, so why does Stama get to vote for himself? Is he voting for himself? Because he's a member of parliament. Armagnac is a French grape brandy. Okay, so it is fermented. It is distilled. It is distilled. I bet she is doing her best to secure Islamic and Jewish relations. Are you talking about that woman? Big old titties and a bottle blonde. Are Trump's tipple. Yeah, lots of people like that. Lots of people like that. I can go in many directions, as they say. Armagnac is the oldest brandy in the world. I did not know that. Okay, we're learning stuff. We are learning stuff. I was once on the steps of Lee's Art Gallery, and this tramp came up to me with a bottle of cooking sherry and said, Larger louts, lager, think hard, but this is the most alcohol and the least money. This is in one sentence. Yes, lager, not larger louts, lager. Yeah. Okay, I can see how that could work. Why would she want to move into number 10? There's no fun there. Indeed, Lewis. How much fun do we think would be married to? Exactly. So wherever she was living, I don't even know where her house was, whether it's up in Manchester or wherever she was living. Where I used to go with the posh school Fontenay, there was a deadly drink called Flac de Gasson, quite sweet, and it was easy to drink quickly. Then suddenly you were pissed. Yeah, I used to love drinks like that. I used to drink amaretto or not amaretto, vodka sours, not vodka sours, whiskey sours, and it was so great. But I used to drink daiquiris all the time. We used to say if you look up Google on Google, it would break the internet. Possibly. Pilchards hate tomato sauce. It's a fact. That's very funny. Maybe they hate it. Lady Vic lived in Manchester. Are you sure? I don't know. Can you check it? If you don't check it, you know what happens is I fall behind. Corsai says this. Amarak is used from the leftover grape glut distilled into alcohol and then a brandy style and still confusingly actually more cognac than brandy. What is the difference between cognac and brandy? You know what this is? This is embarrassing because I know so little about alcohol. The old Google hack was to do a trisect with admin as a password, says UK Video. The old Google hack was to do a trisect with admin as a password. Does she live in Cardiff? Is that what it says? She lives in Cardiff. Toxic Koi Hole is here. Old-fashioned ale is what the men of the United Kingdom should be drinking. Lager, not larger, lager, Lager. I don't think there's an R in there. Is estrogenic, so men should avoid it at all costs. Is that true? Possibly, it could be. I don't know. Is that true, Toxic Coyo? She was lying. Where was she living? There is a primitive method to distill apple brandy, which is to put the apple pulp in a barrel and leave it to freeze in the winter and take off the ice and repeat until a quarter full or less. It ferments when warm. That's interesting. You just remove you're desiccating it. You're removing, Paul, the water. That's because she's a woman, Cuffy. Yes, she's a woman and she's a liar. Women lie almost as much as men. It's true. I have drunk loads of lager and have tits, Lewis. Yeah, a lot of guys do. A lot of guys look horrible from drinking. I mean, drinking is great, but you can't go crazy with it, streaky bacon. You can't. Seller in Ordex said, do you have a drink before you go on stage, Lewis? Or anything else for that matter? No, I don't drink. I don't drink. No, you need to be alert. People are saying stuff to you. I don't need any bravery. Being on stage is like being in an automobile accident. You're not worried about it until even when you're in it. It's a bit surreal. Your car's spinning around. It's only afterwards that you go, holy, I could have died. That's what being a stand-up comic is. It's 100% true. This is why men who drink regularly get man boobs. Yes, probably from the lager. I didn't know that ale was any better than lager. Cognac is made in cognac. Brandy is made in broader places. So it's a geographical termination. Carrie, that's good. Are we going to talk about... Hold on, everybody just wrote something just right at that minute. Daiquiris sound like your estimation of gayness should increase. Yeah, it's a gay drink. I still love it. And I go out, I'll drink white wine now. So that is gay too. Exactly, Paul. After drinking, some men grow breasts and some men become breasts. Very funny. That's good. We're being very, very funny tonight. I think we've said this before. What have we said before? What have we said before? Well, at least I have a pair of. I think we've been making tit jokes, basically. At least I have a pair of tits to caress when I'm drunk all the time, Lewis. Yeah, men like boobs, even our own. Where I used to go to school, that and I said, it was an almanac producing area. One of the towns was called Codum. The other was called Vic Fezensac. Vic Fezensac. Men get boobs because they are free tits. Can we not okay? Not the modern ale. You need to find the original recipe ale that is getting harder and harder to find. I thought they're fighting to preserve that toxic oil. I thought that's what they're trying to do. To be in the moment in flow is ironically a state one has to prepare for and reflect on. Went over, yes. Well, it's like being in an automobile accident. People go on stage. I go on stage, and I'm not scared a lot of the time. And then something bad happens, and I think, this is weird. The audience has stopped laughing. The audience is walking out. The audience is shouting at me. It's just weird. And then when it's over, you think, holy cow, that was like intense. My chest is not as plump as my pot belly, Corsai says. The pot noodle molester. Did I show you I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to fix this thing. My whatever it's called, the Dijon, whatever it's called. I got it wrong. One of the towns was called Condom, which the kids thought was funny. Yeah, it sounds funny. Yeah. Steve Martin said that if he had tits, he would stay home and play with them. Yeah, of course we would. Well, of course you wouldn't, because you get used to them. You'd lose interest in it. Who the hell likes eggnog? And what the hell is that? That's a good question. What is eggnog? Is eggnog fermented milk? What is eggnog? Anyway, we're almost out of time here, but let's go look. Let's go see what eggnog is. What is eggnog? Is eggnog fermented milk? And the answer is no. It's not fermented. It's a dairy-based drink made from milk, cream, sugar, eggs, and spices. It's basically stirred custard, but some recipes use cultured milk like kefir, but it is not a true fermented product. Interesting. Did you know that? Did you guys know that? Hey, that's really nice, Kermit, for doing that. Make sure you like and subscribe, or buy the stream a coffee at Ko-fi.com, or donate at patreon.com, Lewis Schaffer, or paypal.me at Lewis Schaffer, or follow Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. These are important things. And I'm going to have to look and see what you've done, because I do appreciate it. I don't like to look because I don't want to know who I have to like more. I want to like you all. Lewis, I always wanted a bra shop. I'd call it Titslings or Tits Are Us. Yeah. Men like boobs. Eggnog. High proportion of Vietnamese soldiers lactated. Not sure if they made eggnog. I don't know. Is that true? Anyway, due to stress. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the top fans. Maybe Kermit, and let's everybody thank Kermit, because he makes this show better. You make it better too, through your participation, through your jokes, through your arguing with me, telling me that I'm a horrible person. You make it better. But Kermit Kermit is helping. So let me read the top. So everybody right now, Everybody right now, go to the stream and write down what you think the top person is to win the prize. To win the prize. Put down the number right now. Okay. And I'm going to go up here and we're going to see how many. 22. Falcon Mobile Gaming. FMG. Falcon Mobile Gaming. I don't know who that is, but he came. Thank you for coming. Or maybe she came. Alex is 21 and Keith Bexley is 20. Rusty Brown. Thank you for participating and coming in, Rusty. You are 19. Toxic Goyhole. Thank you, Toxic. You are 18. Sandeep. My friend Sandeep. You're my friends too, but Sandeep is a friend. He is 17. And Andrew Rubin is 16. Darklands, beautiful, beautiful Darklands is 15. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl from Mars is 14. Daz is 13. Vatanai is 12. Celair is at 11. John Van Dam is 10. Andy is 9. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Carrie B is 8. Mr. Cuff is 7. Corsai is 6. Elixir is 5. Streaky Bacon is 4. These are the help. These are the people you are the people who've made the show. If I haven't mentioned your name, just write down at the bottom. What about me? Judels is 3. She's 3. Kermit is 2. Who's number 1? Paul Yoward. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to keep the stream going. Wait. I've got to say who won the prize. Who won the prize? Let's see. The winning number is 20. I'm not going to say what the winning number is until we know who has won the prize. Who has said the number that we're saying? A lot of good guesses here. UK Video Clips, love you. 32. Streaky Bacon, 29. Mr. Cuff, 36 or 25. You can only make one bet. John Allen is 29. No. Paul Yoward, 31. Rusty Brown, 25. Seller at Audax, 34. Okay, nobody's won it. So don't pick one of these numbers, but pick another number and see if you come close. See if one of the boys... I don't know, but maybe Judel, it builds up the crown thing. Take a guess, everybody. Come in there and make a guess. The numbers above did not win. So 31 and 25 and 34. So those are not the winning numbers. Could be a rollover. That's a good idea. You could come and pick up the DeLonghi. It doesn't work. I mean, it works. It kind of splutters out. 27. And the winner is Celair. The number is 27. You won. A big round of applause for Celair. Woo, Celair won. He won. Congratulations, Celair et Audax. This has been a good show. Has it been one of the best shows we've ever had? Two cracked mugs. Yeah, I could maybe give those out. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we will see you tomorrow at probably at 5. I might have a slightly later start time, maybe like 6, because I'm going to see that play, and I might not get back in time. Okay, so we will see you tomorrow. You've been fantastic. It's great to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you tomorrow. I hope. I love you. Okay. Streaky Bag has been a 15 to 20 show. It's been good. That's good enough for me. I'm going to see you. And then, I'm going to see you. So. Hey everybody, just to be on the safe side, we'll make it 6. I'll make it 6 tomorrow. Just to be slightly safe tomorrow. 6, not 5, 6. Sorry if it causes an inconvenience. Sorry. Sorry if it does. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at